before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss stories like this. I remember the exact moment I saw her again 7 years after our divorce. It was a rainy afternoon, the kind where streets gleam and puddles turn reflections into liquid mirrors. I was passing the little cafe on Main Street, the one we used to visit after work, when I spotted her through the window. She hadn't changed much. Same sharp eyes, same curve to her smile, but there was a hesitancy in her expression, a subtle distance I couldn't immediately place. Our eyes met, and I froze. My chest tightened in a way that startled me. 7 years. Long enough for life to reshape us both. Yet here she was, looking at me as if she had something to say that could rewrite all those lost years. I walked inside, heart pounding, the scent of wet pavement and roasted coffee mixing in the air. She didn't stand, just watched, waiting. "Hi," I said quieter than I expected. She nodded, a faint smile brushing her lips. "Hi," she replied, her voice familiar yet fragile, like a melody I remember but hadn't heard in years. A heavy pause stretched between us, filled with all the words left unsaid over time. I took a seat across from her, hands gripping the edges of the table like a lifeline. "It's been a long time," I managed. The words carried more than 7 years. They carried betrayal, sleepless nights, and the slow unraveling of trust that ended our marriage. She leaned back, eyes distant. "Yeah," she said softly. Then she took a deep breath, and the words hit me like a lightning strike. "I've thought about you a lot over the years about us." For a moment, I couldn't breathe. I wanted to ask how, why, what she meant, but the fear of being hurt again froze my tongue. 7 years had taught me caution. Love without trust is fragile, and broken trust leaves permanent cracks. I don't know what to say," I admitted finally. "Seeing you here now, it's unexpected." She nodded, guilt flickering across her face. "I know. I didn't plan to. I needed to see you, to tell you something I never did before." Her hands twisted in her lap, betraying the calm she tried to show. I wanted to reach across the table, to close the distance, but part of me held back, wary of reopening wounds. "After everything, why now?" I asked quietly. She swallowed hard. "Because I've carried regret for years. I made mistakes with you, with us. I let things slip, let pride and stubbornness get in the way. And I never had the chance to tell you the truth." My mind raced. Memories came flooding back. Arguments escalating too quickly. Nights where silence replaced conversation. The slow creeping betrayal we didn't see coming. And yet, buried beneath the hurt, the love I had for her hadn't fully vanished. It was fragile, trembling, but still there. "What truth?" I asked, voice tight with a mix of anger and curiosity. She met my gaze, and for the first time, the distance between us seemed smaller. "I loved you," she said simply, but the weight behind it shattered me. Even after I left, even after the divorce, I loved you. I was scared. I made choices I shouldn't have, and I hurt you. I know I can't undo it, but I needed you to know. The words stung, but not as I expected. I had braced for excuses, defensiveness, anger. Instead, I felt the raw confession of someone lost and finally reaching for truth. I leaned back, letting the weight of her words settle. 7 years apart, and here we were, two people scarred by mistakes, sitting across from each other with nothing between us but honesty. I paused, letting the emotions churn like storm clouds. I don't know what to say. Part of me wants to forgive. Part of me is still so hurt. Seeing you now, hearing this, it's overwhelming. She nodded, tears glistening. "I don't expect forgiveness. I just needed you to hear it, directly from me, not rumors, not time passing. I needed you to know that I never stopped caring, even if I failed you." We sat in silence. The cafe's chatter faded into the background. I thought of nights crying alone, of buried anger, of slowly learning to move forward without her. And I realized something essential. This moment wasn't about rekindling what we lost. It was about truth, closure, and understanding that love, even when it falters, leaves a mark that doesn't vanish. Finally, I spoke. Hearing this, it changes something. Not everything, but it changes how I remember us, how I remember you. It doesn't erase the pain, but it softens it, maybe. She smiled faintly, relief washing over her features. That's all I hope for. That you'd know I never stopped caring, never stopped thinking of you. I nodded, feeling a strange mix of sorrow and peace. I can't go back, I said gently. We can't undo the past. But I can carry this, your honesty, your regret, your truth, with me. And maybe that's enough. She reached out, briefly touching my hand. Small, fleeting, but heavy with years of unspoken emotion. It's enough, she whispered. As I walked away from the cafe, rain slicking streets beneath my feet, I understood that some meetings aren't about rekindling what's lost. They're about understanding, closure, and reclaiming peace. 7 years had passed, but in that single moment, we bridged the gap between pain and comprehension. Though our paths diverged again, I carried her words with me, a reminder that even fractured love leaves a lasting human truth. Honesty, however delayed, can heal wounds that silence never could. I learned something profound that day. Forgiveness doesn't always require reconciliation, and love doesn't always demand presence. Samadi,